Hey everyone, it's Riv, and welcome back to my art channel. So for this video, I decided to try something a little bit different. I'm thinking about starting this segment and doing constructive critiques of other people's art galleries or art blogs. I want to put an emphasis on the fact that it is constructive. I'm not like trying to flame anyone or anything like that. It's really just to provide feedback for those who want it and to also work on my own skills as far as talking about and critiquing art. Plus, I think it'd be pretty cool to give other people a bit of exposure on my channel as well. So anyway, I would only do critiques for people who either ask me for it or tell me they're okay with me making a video and featuring them. I just don't want to make a video about someone and their artwork if they didn't want it in the first place. But if you do want to be featured, just send me a message or leave a comment. I'm also on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, DeviantArt of course, and you can find all my links in the description below. Or just feel free to send me a message here on YouTube as well. One thing though, I do ask that you have some sort of gallery, either on DeviantArt or Instagram, or an art tag or art blog on Tumblr. Just something so that it's easy for me to see and get to your art. So as you can see, I'm just going to do an example using my own DeviantArt gallery, so sorry if this is a little awkward and weird. I'm going to try and talk about my art as though it's not really mine. First I'll give the gallery a quick scan, and then I'll talk specifically about a few pieces. So first is this drawing. It's a pastel Eggsy tote from Neopets. You can see that it's drawing inspiration from the Neopets style, but it's still pretty unique and cartoony. The fur and squirrely looking tail look pretty nice, and it's got a lively little expression even though it's just sitting and smiling. I do have to say though that it gets a little confusing where the toes are, just because it's hard to tell which toes goes to which paw, but this was a sketch request, so maybe if they worked on it a little more, the artist could resolve that a little bit better. Okay, so this piece was a gift for a friend and it was done with ink and watercolor. It's an interesting concept and it fills the paper quite nicely, although I think there are some anatomical issues. The tail, for example, doesn't exactly connect the way you would assume so, but that may have been a decision that was keeping composition in mind more so than anatomy, and of course not all artists are aiming for that kind of accuracy anyway. The watercolor also looks like it's doing something a little weird in some parts. It might have to do with the type of paper or even the watercolor pigments themselves, but it's still a good piece, and the white gel pen brings out the toes nicely and really adds to the galaxy look. So then I decided to check out this sketch dump because I love looking at sketch dumps since you get to see a lot of art all at once, and seeing other people's sketches are really informative to me. I think you can learn a lot from an artist by looking at how they sketch. This artist seems to draw a lot of creatures and animals, so I would suggest they also try doing more humans and environments maybe. And another note on sketch dumps is that it probably wouldn't also hurt to post some individual sketches from time to time, since only a few people might actually look through the sketch dump. The more you post, the more of a chance that you have of getting someone to see your art and follow you or commission you or whatever you want. I still understand that you want to post quality work, which is fine and good and you should want to do that, but it could also give you more chances for those things I mentioned. So this piece looks like it was done for Inktober on day 4, and it is a devil dragon. The artist said they had a bit of trouble fitting the whole thing on one page, so that is something you have to keep in mind, how big a space you have to work with. It does feel a little cramped, especially on the lower left side where the base of the tail meets the lower back. It kind of looks like it falls right into the seam of the pages, but there just wasn't enough room to draw that. But it's still a strong ink drawing with deep shadows and a dark background that makes it pop even more. And last but not least, we have this snowy Vulpix. It's cute because it actually reminds me of a Pomeranian dog. But yeah, I think it has a nice and icy, cool color palette with lots of blues, whites, and grays. It has a good gesture to it, but I would be a little careful with the leg on our left side. I get it's like when dogs sort of pick up their little legs like that, but the joint placement looks a little bit off. I'm not sure if it's a huge noticeable thing. Yeah, looking back on it, that's just how I see it. So that's pretty much it. I'll try to do critiques that way and see how it goes. Just let me know if you want your art to be reviewed, and we'll leave it at that for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Until then, bye!